roar first. Wait, actually, no. I want to try petting first. Defend. And defend. Aha! Meow, 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 meow! I just meowed on stream. That was a choice.
Flip it? Somebody flip it?
No, please don't clip me meowing. I just need that eventually.
Bread.
You bread? You bread? No, wait, I can't make the same mistake again. I cannot say that again.
Do y'all know what Buc-ee's is?
I know of it.
Okay, yes, I've heard about Bussy. I've heard about Buc-ee's.
Bussy? Bussies?
Bussies. I've heard about Buc-ee's. Only because I watched Draw Fair. Also, yeah.
Do not spank my ribs. That's a weird fucking thing I just said. Please, no one take that out of context. So, any ideas where Susie is? What? I'm just asking. It's a normal question. I know what you are. Undo some stretches. Shrimp check. Oh my god, ow. That was a sound. I do apologize for headphone users. That was a sound that came out of me. Hold on, sorry. His tits need to be bigger. Very important. I very much made my character explicitly have a fat rack, so I need to make sure I'm staying true to that, as it were. They're just silly little guys, and you've just sort of wandered into their nest. That's why they're biting you. No other reason. Wait, no. Hold on. Nope. That implies weird things with the spiders. We're just gonna move on. Move on. Wait, did I actually say No, I didn't! Hail Mary, not Mary. Hey guys, did you know? Hey guys, did you know that I recently upped my dose of testosterone and I've been gradually gaining more body hair and it's been on my mind? So anyways, speaking of my testosterone dose, real quick, let's talk about that. So the way I take testosterone, it's goo, right? It's the gel. I have a little bit of snail time in the morning where I gotta slather it on my arms and stuff. It's the dude goo, exactly. No, stick with it. It's the dude goo. I gotta slather it on my arms and on my shoulders. And then I gotta go wash my hands. Would you like to know what this gel base is? It's alcohol based, right? Because a lot of gels like that are alcohol based because it absorbs into the skin a lot faster. Did you guys know that if you have a cut on your hand and you put any sort of alcohol-based substance like hand sanitizer or testosterone gel, it hurts like a motherfucker. So anyways, I found out I had a small cut on my hand earlier today and just sort of had to scream and grasp my hand in pain. I was indeed betrayed by the boy. It was very funny. Hi, Almonds. Yeah, so that was very funny this morning. Hi everyone. I hope you're doing good. this is the last stream before I go on a very brief little, like, 2-week hiatus. And then it's the anniversary of Skyfell. And also my birthday, but that's less important. It's the anniversary of Skyfell. 2 years! Oh my god. Voice went high. 2 years of Skyfell. Very, very exciting. We're going to be doing a big celebration stream for it. I'm going to be doing art for it. Gonna do a whole thing. Big ol' stream. Also, reminder, if you want to read the chapter that is going to be dropping in its entirety on the 24th, it's coming out now on Patreon, and it's been delightful seeing people's reactions. Something I just got access to only yesterday was all the comments that have been left on Skyfell on Webtoons. I hadn't previously been able to see any of those comments. It's been infuriating. And they fixed their back-end dashboard finally, and it was just, I couldn't find it anywhere. Literally, the only reason why was because I couldn't find it anywhere. But they rearranged their dashboard, and it's so much easier now. They have a tab specifically for comments, so it's easier to find. Anyways, that was really nice going through the comments. And it also made me realize, I've been slacking these past months, not doing any like mini lore comics or anything like that. So that's going to be part of the anniversary stream, is we're going to be putting together lore comics. Because, hoo boy, I recently, I'm working on chapter 7, right? And in the beginning of chapter 7, I'm just going to tell you right now, starts with Damien, and he's got a friend who is a courier, and I get to start touching on some of that lore. And I really want to talk about the lore. But it's sort of down the line spoilers, but some of it more store-bought trickery, kinda. But this time it's more, hey, so like a lot of the male couriers in this world, they go through basically the back rooms. And the back rooms are dangerous, not because of what's there, but because if you do something like stop moving, you're never going to move again. Just silly little things like that. Just weird little things like that. So I'm excited to be able to talk more about those things. But during that stream is going to be things like, yeah, don't worry about it, D. During that stream we're going to be covering lore on like magic and things like that, like how a lot of the magic works in the world. We're going to be talking about, well, since it's kind of important to chapter 6, we're probably going to be touching on harbingers, things like that, all that good stuff. But yeah, that'll all be on the 24th. So if you can make it, I'll be starting actually like an hour ago from now. So like noon EST is when I'm planning on starting the streams. So consider stopping by if you can. It's on a Sunday, so if you can make it, that'd be awesome. Or if it's just you pop in, say hi, happy 2 years, and then dip, that's totally fine too. But anyways, today I'm doing fan art, which is unrelated to Skyfell completely, but we're doing some fan art because, well, I'll tell you specifically why. I was trying to think, okay, what do I actually want to work on stream today? I can either work on some Skyfell, like actual proper work, we're gonna like do the character sheets and whatnot, or I can do some fan art. And then I tabbed over to Tumblr just because I was checking a notification, and I saw this absolutely stunning piece of art by the magnificent Ran Poison Cage on Tumblr. And I was like, okay, I have to draw Murray again. And also Gus. Because, listen. If you watched that last episode, you know exactly what I mean when I say I think that King Gus should be absolutely down bad for Murray Magnuson. I think that this should be our new Essek. Just yes, here is this hot man who's also really cool. Ours now. I think Murray deserves to be a queen. But yeah, anyways, so I got inspired by this wonderful piece by Ran Poison Cage. That's Ran, I think it's with 2 N's. Yeah, Ran with 2 N's, hyphen, Poison Cage, 1 word. Yeah, their art is stunning. So I was just like, okay. The Tumblr gods have spoken, so I must. Anyways, how are you guys doing? I hope you've been having a good day so far. It is Tuesday, so I hope it's a chill day. I'm trying to think of how to. It's Tuesday, Lemon. Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm thinking of doing it like split comic page style of when Murray slit a dude's throat. And he just sort of saw that, and I think this man was like, "Oh fuck, hello? How funny do you think it's gonna be when we return next episode, and he's gonna be like, wow, you're like so talented with that blade and stuff, and you do magic like that." It's like, thanks, I'm a wizard. You're a what? What do you mean you're a wizard? What do you mean you're a squishy little guy? No. What do you mean your AC is 9? Yeah, really. Trying to. How do I compose this? Tuesday is my very busy day. Okay. At least it's going good. Yeah, did you not know? This squishy little wizard who doesn't wear armor, her dump stat is dexterity. So her AC is 9. Yeah, it's very stressful. Okay, for context, in case you haven't watched this campaign yet, or don't really have an intention of watching it, which I recommend you do if you're at all interested in TTRPGs. It's DM'd by Brennan Lee Mulligan. This man makes story like nothing else. And the political intrigue is actually intriguing. It's delicious. Basically, how this combat went down, King Valiant Augustus, who we will be designing, because he doesn't have official art, went into he asked for a private meeting with the Photarch, who is like the head priestess of a brand new religion in this world after all the gods died, and was confronting her of, hey, bitch, why are all of your priests coming into my country and telling all of my citizens to revolt against me because it is heretical to support the king? What's that about? Why are you doing this? And then a staged assassination started. They gave the king poison, which got past his attendant druid because the druid was dominate personed and just did not check for poison at all. Gave him a poisoned cup. This man started choking. And then to sort of turn blame, they also shot at the Photarch, shot her in the chest with a crossbow bolt. She went down. Except she didn't really go down, and we only found that out because of Murray. All of that goings on, right? So, small precursor is Murray actually followed King Augustus into that room, into that locked room, invisibly. So this 9 AC wizard followed into a like Franz Ferdinand level assassination.
Shrimp heaven now.
I wasn't shrimping that bad, but thank you. Into this Franz Ferdinand level assassination by herself. And it's either, okay, you're surrounded by 6 professional assassins. The only person who would be on your side is choking on the ground, poisoned. Do you want to come out of invisibility for that? Because I wouldn't. So when she does eventually come out of invisibility, she's slitting a bitch's throat. That is the first impression the king has of her properly, because she's been helping him a little bit here and there. She gave him like a healing potion, which he didn't take. She slammed a shield glyph onto him, so his AC went way up. And then she comes out of invisibility, slitting a guy's throat. There is no way this man isn't going to be head over heels for her. That is all I am saying. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Oh, that was so much talking. I had to catch my breath. I'm still stuck on the 9 AC for Murray. I can see why. Yeah. Listen, I love having dump stats. Oh no, good luck with class. I love having dump stats, and I intend on having every single, listen, I know you know, but that's the thing. I intend on having a different character each time have a different dump stat. I've already done strength as a dump stat way too many times, so I'm not going to do that. I've done charisma and I've done constitution. I think the next one I'm going to do is probably going to be dexterity, because I think that one's very fun to do a dump stat of, specifically because of the AC. Figure out how this pose is gonna work. Hello, catnip. Oh my goodness, hi. Very early in the morning for you. Okay, how am I doing this? It's 3 a.m. Yeah, that's early in the morning. That is very early in the morning, by definition. Okay, hold on. I'm figuring out the pose. We're gonna have her doing it right-handed. Okay, hold on. This is gonna be really messy, and you guys are just gonna have to trust me on this. Trust the process. Keep forgetting. Oh, buddy. Yeah, you got a funky sleep schedule, but that's okay. Ooh, this is important, guys. Should I put Murray up top here first or King Gus first? Because I'm thinking putting King Gus on the bottom half of the page is more fun because then it's like shows Murray and then cut to reaction, just live King Gus reaction. Bottom half because he hasn't gotten up yet, too. True. Yeah, full Tomodachi love music. Dun, 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 dun. Do, 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 do. Listen, I can't even blame him. Like, if Murray Magnuson just saved my life, I'm already in love with her. If she also then saved my life by slitting a man's throat, it's over. It's so over. Yeah, that's just the full drop to one knee marriage. Mostly dropping to one knee so he can be eye level with her. Sorry. I had to make the short joke. I'm sorry. Actually, I just realized I should have my own art as reference because I'm going to be drawing her in the same dress. See, going to the Skyfell folder is not helpful in this instance. We're just gonna open the actual file. If you haven't seen the art, this is the art. All right, and now we remove all the filters. Ignore this. It's fine. There we go. And now we have colors. Guys, I do have to bring this up just because I am still reeling over it. Someone on Instagram saw this art and commented, "Hey, is it okay if I use your art as a basis for Murray cosplay?" Needless to say, I exploded. But yeah, I'm so excited. They said it's probably going to be done in 3-ish weeks or something like that, which is an insane turnaround. But I'm pretty sure they're also they do this professionally, so I get it. But also at the same time, that's a crazy turnaround for a ball gown. They're gonna do a couple of tweaks on the design, which understandable. This was entirely vibes based. But explodes. I'm very excited to see it, and when it is done, you can bet your bottom dollar I will be sharing it with the class. Oh man. I am not going to be participating in art fight this year. Uh so best of luck to all the people who are. Um Morgan, hello, hello. What do you mean they're called puggles? What do you mean baby echidnas are called puggles? That's so silly. I love that. Guys, I'm so excited for con. And they're naked. Yeah, no, they are very naked when born. I do know that. They're squishy to hold. You've gotten to hold a baby? Oh my gosh. I'm so jealous. Because I've seen pictures of baby echidnas. They are just jelly beans. It bit you. Well, ferrets are very bitey. That is sort of par for the course. Oh my fucking. Thanks, D. Thanks, bestie. Fucking pushed my Cintiq away from me. Goodness. Oh, actually, that is a good point. I haven't saved this yet. Thank you. I'm calling this love at first throat slitting. There we go. It's still illustrated. It is. It is indeed. Ads are going to be starting in a minute. Just a heads up, gang. Gotta get her tits right. Hold on. It is very important. Yeah, you got this, catnip. Oh gosh, I'll have to also do the same rings. It's fine, it's fine. I did this to myself. Oh, all the same jewelry, all the same everything. It's gonna be fine, it's gonna be fine, it's gonna be fine. See, there's a reason I never give characters jewelry, and it is entirely because it's a pain and a half to remember them. Yeah. Was he still on the ground when this happened? Hold on, genuinely. Uh-oh. Can someone be an absolute dear and go check with this if he was still laying down or not? Was this before or after he got up and said, "You all fucked up"? Cuz I think he was already standing. I will make 2 versions regardless. I really want to give him like a really squarish, squared off face. Might need a model for this actually. Hold on. I like this. Kind of like this. I'll modify it, but I just need that angle right. Yeah, the chin is not quite what I'm looking for, but it gets the point across, and that's all I need. Doop. Build up a mercenary even after years after he became king. He has salt and pepper hair and a beard. Yeah, so no style indication. So that means I get to do whatever the fuck I want. Excellent. Thank you, Dad. Everyone take a sip of water or something hydrating. Delicious water. He was standing. Excellent. Always the nose that trips me up when I'm doing these views. Oh. Sorry about that. It was in the wrong place. There you go. There you go. Hi, Wilby. How you doing? Ow. Things are good in the land of Fox. I am very, very excited. I have con this weekend. We're doing a little bit of packing tonight, and then tomorrow we're making sure we got everything good to go. I'm super, super excited to be cosplaying as Gustav and Verso as Baguette versions. Very, very excited. Cannot wait. Yeah, I will maybe share some photos. Maybe I cannot. I'm gonna be honest. It's still that thing of I don't really like sharing pictures of myself online. I just with the way things are right now, with everything to do with AI and stuff, I would rather not have pictures of myself readily available for things for scrapers and stuff like that. But I still might share because I worked hard on that, and by hard I mean not really. I thrifted most of my stuff, but it's fine. Yeah, we'll see how I'm feeling post weekend. I think that's the best time to actually tell whether or not to share. I haven't actually practiced doing Verso's makeup. Huh. I should do that tonight. I will do that tonight. Enjoy dinner. He's human, right? Pretty sure, right? Yeah. Yeah, I was pretty certain he was human. It was just that, like, that tiny little nagging part of my brain of just the, like, am I misremembering this? trying to get the back. I think its head needs to kind of be like that a bit more. I want him to sort of be like behind his shield a bit. I'm gonna have to show. Elliot, hi. How you doing? Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, I don't want it to be. I don't want him to have like entirely loose hair because I want it to be like, yeah, he sort of had to put a little bit of thought into presentation for this event, but also, he also just nearly died, so I think he's allowed to have a couple of stray hair, just sort of fine. Ooh, a little braid. That's a great idea. I love that. Love that. Oh, his sister did it for him. Wait, no, I'm making myself all sad and emotional. I'm kind of sad there's no Critical Role this week or next week. But also at the same time, I'm grateful because I'm going to be away and I won't be able to watch them. I would much rather be focusing on spending time with my beloved. There we go. Color are his eyes, actually? I don't think that's specified. Hmm. Ah! Rude. Thank you. I can't decide what the caption for this should be. If it's gonna be it in with asterisks, Tomodachi love music playing, or if it's gonna be, you ever watch a girl slit a man's throat and know you're gonna have to propose? I love the kind of woman that could actually just kill me. Yeah. Oh my god, yeah, that is. I hope that ends up being their type of relationship. Maybe like a scotch here. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Hold on, guys. I know how to really make sure that this works. Ta-da! The power of 3 little lines. All right. We're gonna take a super quick break. I'm gonna run some ads, stretch, get some more water, things like that. And then we're gonna start refining this and cleaning it. Or maybe we'll just go straight into lines. We'll see, but we're gonna take a quick break. So, BRB. And I'll be right back. Let's try roar first. Wait, actually, no. I want to try petting first. Defend. And defend. Aha! Meow, 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 meow. I just meowed on stream. That was a choice.
Flip it. Somebody flip it.
No, please don't clip me meowing.
Flip it.
I just need that eventually. You bread? You bread? No, wait, I can't make the same mistake again. I cannot say that again.
Do y'all know what Buc-ee's is?
I know of it.
Okay, yes,
energy.
I've heard about Bussy. I've heard about
Bussy?
Buc-ee's.
Bussies?
Buc-ee's. I've heard about Buc-ee's. Only because I watched Draw Fair. Also, yeah.
Do not spank my ribs. That's a weird fucking thing I just said. Please, no one take that out of context. So, any ideas where Susie is? What? I'm just asking. It's a normal question. I know what you are. Gonna do some stretches. Shrimp check. Oh my god, ow. That was a sound. I do apologize for headphone users. That was a sound that came out of me. Hold on, sorry. His tits need to be bigger. Very important. I very much made my character explicitly have a fat rack, so I need to make sure I'm staying true to that, as it were. They're just silly little guys, and you've just sort of wandered into their nest. That's why they're biting you. No other reason. Wait, no. Hold on. Nope. That implies weird things with the spiders. We're just gonna move on. Move on. Wait, did I actually say No, I didn't! Hail Mary, not Mary. Hey guys, did you know? Hey guys, did you know that I recently upped my dose of testosterone and I've been gradually gaining more body hair and it's been on my mind? Okay, that's cool, that's fine. Everything's fine and cool and we're gonna go take a break real quick while my face stops burning. Oh my Hi, Dee. How are you? You fuck. Goodness gracious. Listen. Goodness gracious
This one
indeed. Hi, gang. Thank you for your patience. We are back in the building again. And we continue. Damn, Forlorn playing right as I come back from break. It is very funny hearing the tiny differences in my voice from clip to clip, because I have my headphones on because they're wireless and all that. It is very funny hearing my voice from a year ago to now, because there isn't that much of a difference. There really isn't. But, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. However, just because there isn't that much of a difference does not mean that I can't hear small little inflection things. And it's strange. It's very, very strange for me. Yeah, because we are approaching the half-year mark. So there's a little more. It's not fully depth. I'm not going to say that it's depth because I don't know if I have depth, but well, there is definitely something different. Resonance. That's definitely, yeah. Because again, throat's expanding. I'm breathing better, but also that means my sinuses are draining so much. But yeah, it's strange. It's just strange. Hilariously, the one group of people that I think would either not be able to hear shit or be like, "Whoa, why do you sound so different?" even though they know why, is my parents. It is either going to be entirely like, "Oh, is your voice different? I hadn't noticed." Or it's going to be like, "Whoa, why you sound like that?" That's, huh? Don't do that. Stop that. Who knows? Hmm. You know what I might bring in, actually? Do-do-do. Where is it? I think it's models. Yes. How many times do I have to? Anyways, this lovely model. Oh, that. Let's get rid of that outline. Not helpful in the slightest. So this excellent model, if you have ever seen, there is this wonderful person here on Twitch whose username is literally the lesbian, and their coffee is so god tier. This mouth shape has saved me more than once. Yeah, I very much recommend, if you ever have problems with drawing mouths and perspective or anything like that, this wonderful handy dandy little tool is your friend, and you should use it. There we go. I think that shall do. You can actually see in some of my time lapses, I use this quite a few times. I believe their Tumblr name is Butch Linkle, I want to say. Not Lincoln subtitles, Linkle. Like, Linkle. Linkle. Also, it's very nice because very specifically, these are teeth for version 4 and up. So keep that in mind for Clip Studio. Very specifically, these have shape forms, or what is it? Shape blends or something like that. Basically, you can pose them in certain ways. And this mouth in particular, it has the options for fangs and tusks, which is super duper nice. Ike, hello. Drawing over a 3D model banned from our fight. Joke's on you. I wasn't even going to be participating this year. No, here's the thing. I didn't know that has been in the rules for a while, apparently, until someone on the Discord pointed it out. That it's like, hey, actually, this has been in the rules for a while. They just recently sort of re-upped the language of their TOS to make that super clear. It does not change the fact that it's a stupid rule. And I'm not going to call it any sort of ist or ism or anything like that. But I do think it is just a stupid
Shrimp
rule.
heaven now.
I wasn't shrimping. Rude. It's I understand why they might want to implement a rule like this. Yeah, it does not change the fact that it's unenforceable. Yeah. How are they gonna know? They're never gonna know. It's supposed to deter people from, like, here's my biggest problem. It's that you can't use photos, even ones taken by you. It's a little too... There are far too many artists online and in real life, mind you, that are like, if you use references, you are evil and awful and a terrible artist, and you should feel ashamed of yourself. I think those people are fucking stupid, and I don't wish to engage with them at all. Yeah. Photo bashing is absolutely a time-honored art. I love people who can photo bash well. Most very popular splash art is just photo bashing. More of a thing for it's scoring the game easier rather than making it fun and easy. Yeah, that's my biggest thing. It's the far too many of the staff will like to say, no, guys, this is a thing that's for fun, and then they'll implement stuff like that it gets rid of things that are fun or accessible for the sake of what exactly? The points? Yes, the thing that really matters the most. And it's unfortunate because a lot of the people who are the loudest are the people who have the shit opinions. And that is especially true in art fight. Let's be so honest with ourselves. The people who are actually the ones that are like, all that matters is getting the points for your team. Those are the ones who are the loudest. Meanwhile, the rest of us are just like, yay, I get to draw my friend's character and make them happy. Like, I don't know. It just seems like a sad way to be. But unfortunately, because they are the loudest, the staff over at Art Fight pays attention. So they're going to... It's like, you know what it is? It's the same thing if you've ever been in a union where it's just like, why is the union making all these stupid decisions that don't actually help the rest of us? Do you show up to union meetings? Do you make your opinion heard to those in charge? No? Interesting. I wonder then why this has happened. It's the same thing, right? And this year, at very least for me, I'm not going to be participating. I was already planning on not participating because I actually love myself just a little bit, just enough to not try and force an entire month of work that's only going to put me behind schedule and is only going to stress me out. If you guys want me to draw your OCs that badly, I will have commissions open. That feels so gross to say. No, but really though, it's the like, I would love to be able to participate. However, I do have bills that need to be paid. I have a mortgage I gotta pay off. Still gonna take part because I don't care about the rules. I care about making cool art. Hell yeah, that's awesome. Be super busy in July, and then I will do that whatever I can. Yeah, like if you can participate, absolutely do. Absolutely do. I think it is such a fun event. But for me personally, I get too stressed, and then it just stops being fun. So I'm not going to participate this year. But like, if you can participate and you want to, absolutely go for it. It is a very, very fun event. Yeah, I am going to be cheering all of you on. I think the only way I'll be participating is just by asking my community, hey guys, what team are you guys gonna be on? And whatever the vast majority or whatever the majority is for like, I'll put like polls and votes and stuff like that. I'll pick the opposite team so people can like, hey, if points actually matters to you, here's my page where you can just throw your points. But I'm not going to be participating in any meaningful way. I, alas, do not have the time nor the energy. I have to prioritize comic things. I'm definitely not going to push myself to beat my record or do an attack a day or something. Oh, yeah. Bookmark some cool characters. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. I hope everyone who participates this year has lots of fun, though. I don't want anyone burning themselves out, so please be careful if you are participating. It's a thing to do for fun. You're not obligated to do shit. Don't intimidate yourself out of doing something fun. Fortunately, there is far too much of that these days, of just the, like online art culture, especially, where it's just the like, oh boy, did you intimidate yourself out of doing something that you were supposed to be doing for fun? Because there are a very loud group of people who, let's be honest, don't really have a life and are making it everyone else's problem. You shouldn't be no-lifing art fight, is what I'm saying. Please have fun with it. Please take care of yourselves. All that goodness. Hell yeah, get you some lunch. I ended up eating my very late breakfast right before stream, so I should be good. I don't want to jinx that, but I should be good for a little bit. Technically, it is also breakfast. I woke up 2 hours ago. You're so valid. Listen. I am very much a person who subscribes to the idea that if it is the first meal of the day, it is still breakfast. It doesn't matter what time you have it at. If it is the first meal of the day, that shit is breakfast. I frequently have my breakfast in at noon or 11. And people will scream at me, "Oh, but that's technically brunch." No. Fuck you. Breakfast at 2 and 3 p.m.? That's fine. It's fine! Listen. since learning about the different circadian rhythms that different people can have, I am never ever going to fault anyone for having their first meal at 4 p.m. Just so long as it's not you've been awake since like since noon or since like 10 and your first meal is at 4. That then is the like, hey man, no, you should have eaten before then. But if it's like you woke up late and that's your first meal, who fucking cares? That's fine, so long as you're eating. Need to look at the earring. Go. Yeah, okay. I think the thing that's bothering me is just this should probably be a little more of a narrower face at this angle. I'll figure it out later. I think the music description is that is my fault because I forgot to I need this open on my other screen behind OBS. So it continues to update. Thank you for calling that. Yeah. Because of course they can't be minimized or here's the thing. It wasn't even minimized. It was just behind a full screen application. And when applications are behind other applications that are full screen, they go into idle mode, which is great. However, not useful in this particular instance. For screen? Okay, now why is it technically? Is it like you got a laptop in there as well, so it's not exactly a screen, it's also just a computer? Is it like you're like me and you got like a screen, like a drawing? Yep, there it is. 3 monitors and a tablet. Yep. Yeah, because technically speaking, I only have one monitor, but I got 2 screens. What do you even do with 4, technically 4? I I feel like that's just too much space. I don't even have that many applications going at once. 2 of them would be empty most of the time. Basically, the tablet is just a tablet, nothing else. Gotcha. So it's not a screen tablet. Gotcha. One screen is dedicated to Discord. Ah, you're one of those people. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in a, like, listen, I only found out in college that there were people that had an entire monitor dedicated just to Discord. Which is wild to me personally. Because I have had to, like, forcibly limit my access to Discord because I get a little too obsessive with it and needing to check all of my messages at once. And then I never get anything done. So props to you for being the person who can actually have Discord without going nuts. Yeah, I feel like the reaction I've gotten is the same across the board most of the time, where when I say, yeah, I use my Cintiq as my main monitor, so that means when I am gaming, I'm using my Cintiq as the monitor. Now, is that a particularly good idea? Not really. Do I do it anyways because it's convenient because it's right in front of me? I can't remember. Do you watch Critical Role? Or at least the new campaign, at very least. Also, I understand that not everyone has room for a big... I used to have a big L-shaped desk. It was so nice. Unfortunately, yeah, this is a small condo apartment. It's... I miss it so much. I don't watch any actual plays. Okay. Yeah, one day, I will be able to return to the former glory of having a massive fucking desk. I'm gonna be so honest, I'm very excited to sell this one. It's very good for what it does. However, it's way too small. It's way too small. I like to be able to sprawl and have many objects. I have far too many plushies and little candles and stuff. And I wish to have a proper place to be able to put them rather than strewn about. Yeah, trinket maxing environment is very much needed. Yeah, eventually the next place we go to, the next place we're able to move to, I'm gonna make sure that we got plenty of room for all of our trinkets. My current predicament is that my floors are fucked up. Oh no! Chairs will... No! That's rough. Current place is small, but I fill it with shit. Fill that shit with trinkets. Yeah, but like, you've also done some absolutely amazing interior design in order to make sure that you have space for trinkets. So like, what? You've done an amazing job. I'm gonna say that. Like maybe a third of my trinkets out because of one little space I have. Yeah. You have a custom built tiny home. I'm jealous. That is quite small though, yes. Oh, by 18. Damn. Yeah. Did we get a descriptor for what these quote unquote Argosian assassins looked like at all? My bed is lofted above my office. Yep. Kitchen is 6 feet to my left. Yep. Tiny home, baby. It's funny too, because we also might end up looking at prefabs if we can find one that is actually suitable for our needs. If not, then we just continue looking. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh, I used to have one of those too. I had one in my college room for like third and fourth year. That thing was wonderful. I used to have shelves like that too for my previous place to act as a wall in a very small apartment. I don't think there's a description, but I can see there's a good shot of the minis. Yeah, the thing is, if we want to feel like we're living in a mini, you would just be moving into our current place, Wilds, because then it would definitely be sardines for sure. 3 of us in this little apartment. Oh yes, definitely. No, incredible. Don't think there's a good description. Hmm. Yeah, I don't think there was a good description other than just Argosian, which is vague. Brennan, your descriptions, please. I think that's been my only actual problem with Brennan's DMing style is just his descriptions are a little too on the vague side. It gives you he gives you like just bare basics of what you need and then Imagine takes over the rest. I have aphantasia, so I don't really got an imagination that can take over the rest. I need a little more descriptor. And I can guarantee the fan artists will be thankful. Yeah, they're pretty generic. Okay. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, they're pretty basic. Alright, that's fine. We'll just put a funky little helmet on this guy. We'll give him like a fun sort of a almost like a cowl. listen, 4-pixel screenshots are better than me and my aphantasia, like I just said. Doesn't work with the perspective. Hold on. Needs to be a little more like this. Something like that. They're not supposed to be catching the attention too much. Oh, this is important since it is Tuesday. I know the answer from you, Wild, obviously, since we watched it together. Who has seen the new Witch Hat Atelier episode? Very important question. I must know who I've been able to indoctrinate into watching it already. The minis, it makes me go. I miss the Dwarven Forge battle cam for real. Yeah. Yeah. Ike, have you seen any Witch Hat? It is very good. Tasty world building and magic system. It vibrates normally about it. Yeah. We gotta be chill about it. I would recommend giving it a watch. It is rather good. I'm not gonna glaze it too much. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I said this literally last stream. I'm not gonna glaze it too much because I know how that can come across, especially with anime nowadays, where it's still like there's way too much of the community that hypes up a thing and then you watch it and it's ass. So I'm not gonna hype it up too much. Is there a dub? Yes, and the dub is really good. Yeah, they pulled out some absolute bangers for the dub. Also, voice actors of two of the main characters, Coco and Keyfree, are non-binary. So awesome points. Yeah, it's very good though. Highly recommend. Yeah, if you like really well thought out magic systems, watch it for that alone, if not for how gorgeous the art is. Dubs potentially gets points. I don't really watch anime, so it's a long shot. That's so valid. Oh, buddy, no. No. So the I think you'll enjoy it. Very specifically from like what I've seen of your stuff, Ike. I think it is up your alley. Yeah, it very much avoids typical anime bullshit. For female child protagonists, we don't got any creepy shit about them. No creepy shit from typical anime stuff. They are treated as the 12-year-olds they are. All of the fan servicey stuff goes to the adults who are all very hot. Also, it's very queer, which is delightful. I mean, kinda. Listen. Murray Magnuson. She is the epitome of breasting boobily. And Marisha, who plays as her, will not let you forget that. This dwarf has the hongalobongas. Oop. We're gonna have this actually like torn open a bit. And I'll do this in color. Just because I don't think it's gonna work necessarily as well in pen. Guild member shows up with even bigger bonongatongoos. Humongous hongalong. I love that sketch so much. And I love the fact that somewhat recently I actually came across the original Tumblr post. That was such a like Louvre moment of just the like, I felt like I was in a museum. Oh my gosh, I'm actually seeing it in person. Wow. Yes. Yeah, probably. I mean, almost guarantee ProZD. Like he was definitely the one who made it like more popular to mainstream. More known to mainstream, let's say. That was years ago at this point. I should remake that. Oh, you gotta. Ike, you have such wonderful breasting boobily characters. You gotta remake it. I'm so excited to see. You gotta, and then here's the thing. You gotta put them side by side to show improvement, you know? I misunderstood my sketch. Whoops. It's fine. Right, I put a fancy little gold thing that I didn't actually. That's fine. Tomorrow for stream, I think I'm making. Ooh, I'm a big enjoyer of Project Hail Mary, and I said it right this time, guys. So you can't make fun of me. What is the animatic? Do share. If you are comfortable with sharing. I will simply have to tune in otherwise. Oh no, how awful. Hey Wild, can we get a shout out for Ike real quick? Just in case people from my chat don't know who Ike is, which you should. Amaze. Use the Aqua Teen Force Hunger. I'm 30 or 40 years old. I do not need. Yes. Oh, perfect. Well, which is it? 30 or 40? I don't know. Oh God, yeah, that is accurate. I am, even though I'm like super, super excited for this vacation of going to Chicago in a few days, I am very excited for when I get back because I have plans for animatics as well, mostly to do with Skyfell, but also for like other things. And I'm just animatics. Yes. Also the one where it's the Guardians audio units until like 50. 50? Let's see what the point of being born. Yeah. Gosh. I love that. Are you gonna die? I'm not 50. Gosh. Okay. Progress. We hit save. Make that even later so we can see where we're at. Okay. Progress. Now, I am fully intending to go for honestly as long as possible today. But if that ends up only being just doing the line art, then so be it. But also, I would like to get quite a bit of this done. So I think this is going to be probably the last piece I do before flying. So, do you table at conventions? No, it's something on my bucket list, but I don't even have regular merch just like to get online. Tabling kind of scares me. I would very much like to. One of my goals is to eventually table at TCAF. But you actually need stuff to sell in order to table. And the second I start thinking about what do I actually make that people would be interested in buying, my brain just starts going 404. So no, I don't table. The con I am referring to going to is ASEN in Chicago. I'm going there to cosplay and to see how fast I can spend $100 type of thing. I very much appreciate that, Wild. And be homosexual. Very important. Of course it's very important. Yeah, tabling sometime in the future would be nice. But currently, no. How come? Why you ask? Yeah, I've considered tabling a few times in my life. Actually, funny thing. You want to know the last time I actually considered tabling? I was gearing up after my internship because I'd gained a lot of confidence from my internship when I was in college. And I was like, you know what? Post graduation that summer, I'm going to do it. I'm going to apply to local con and I'm going to table. Unfortunately, that was the winter of 2019. And yeah, that con got canceled because it was in May of 2020. So, yep. I just sort of haven't really thought about it since. Not seriously, at least. I just like to see all the different ways people live off their art. Yeah. I would love to be able to do primarily table work. But also, I know that for me it's not necessarily realistic. I don't have a car for starters, so I wouldn't really be able to lug everything around with me. I wouldn't be able to go very far either, which sucks. So, yeah, I unfortunately have limited options. So, it added problem of I'm also disabled and doing things like conventions I feel like is a fast way for me to get sick very quickly. I'm already probably going to be bringing a mask to ASEN, which sucks because I am doing makeup for it. I'm doing beard makeup. Just gonna get smeared under the mask, but also I get a little worried about getting really sick at cons now because my immune system just can't really risk that anymore. A couple that did 32 shows. I feel like that's almost being a super spreader. Yeah, low level sick the whole year. Uh-huh. They were just spreading shit from con to con. That just seems like so unsafe. Holy shit. On your own health and on others. My goodness. I hope they're okay now. I hope they've slowed the fuck down. You know, I would, if I ever tabled and stuff, that would not be my main thing. It would just be incidental. I do it twice a year at like 2 big cons or something, or even small cons. They don't do that no more. Good, good. We've been tabling since wow, that's amazing. I would love to be able to snag a table at DashCon, but even those go like they get snatched up even faster than the tickets. I might try, honestly, for next year's DashCon, just to see if I can get a table. Yeah, and that's the thing. Most Toronto cons in general are super competitive nowadays because it's just the like, cool, we don't actually have that much space, and most cons especially, it's the, yeah, we only really accept people we already know or have tabled here in previous years. And it's like, cool. That sucks for the rest of us, though. Why not allow new people? They're just like, no, no. I would love to be able to table for Anime North. What? DashCon wasn't. No. What? No. Like the infamous Tumblr con from back in like 2015 or something. Some people in Toronto were like, what if we just make a DashCon 2? But like we actually do it properly this time. Like we actually do proper venue shit this time and actually get guests this time and pay people. And they did last year. And it was so successful that they were invited back to do it again this year. And I didn't get tickets again this year because they got sold out in 20 minutes. I have a show at the end of this month. And it's been going for 17 years. That's amazing. Joke's on you. I was looking at chat. Hi, Crow. And I think this is the second they've changed the layout, trying to add more tables. That's good, though. Wasn't on Tumblr, really? Dang. It's Rainbow Dash. No. We don't have pony conventions here. For damn good reason. But yeah, no. So I'm very sad I couldn't snag tickets to DashCon this year. And the worst part too is just the like, oh, well, if you can't get tickets, go and volunteer because then you get basically free tickets and you only really have to work about 4 hours for the whole weekend. Like, oh, that's great. And then you try and go and volunteer and they have a notice saying, we can't accept more volunteers. Please stop submitting things. It's like, damn, people know the trick. So, alas, gotta kind of get the lottery of getting artist table at this point. But hi, Crow, how you doing? I'm gonna have to draw the dagger in a second, but that's in a second. First, we draw everything behind. Actually, very important. Let's draw the like that. Look, Crow. We're drawing the moment that Gus saw Murray for the first time and definitely fell in love with her because obviously he fell in love with her. Volunteers at this show are super cool. Kind of the same crew every year. Coordinators make new staff shirts to show with a theme. That's cute. Just turtles. I love that. Yeah, no. Unfortunately, because I live in one of the, let's be so honest, one of the two big cities of Canada, um, the tables are very competitive, and there is a lot of toxicity in the con scene because of it, which sucks. It really, really sucks. Why I enjoy the just regular comic scene so much more. It's why I like the TCAF community a lot more. Because everything I've seen of them, they are so much more chill. There's still toxicity there, don't get me wrong. But it's a different kind of toxicity rather than the online, like chronically online leftist type of toxicity where it's just like high school level of bullshit. It's you have old industry people who are like, oh, these people and their newfangled technology, they're not real comic artists. Like the people who still think that digital art isn't real art, those are the kind of people you got to deal with, but those are easier to deal with because you can just be like, okay, shut up, grandpa, and move on with your day. So excited. This will be my first con ever that when people ask, where can I read your comic, I will actually give them an answer. That's so exciting for you. I'm so excited for you, man. That's awesome. I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, are you not caught up? Oh dear. Oh dear. Bestie, you need to catch up. Spoilers be abound of the most recent episode. I mean, hey, good news. You've got like 2 weeks now to catch up because they're not going to be showing any new episodes. Like 2 episodes behind, but it's fine. Okay. Got a small run of business cards printed specifically with the comic with QR codes. Nice. Don't really care about real spoilers at this point. That's fine. Okay. I think that is good enough, and I can do the hand with the dagger now. Which I will need a model for. Ah! Thank you for the save reminder. Mm-hmm. Kind of like this. Get rid of that outline real quick. Where is it? Ooh, I can add nails. That's right. Hold on. Nail length. outline. Well, actually, let's just make it very thin. Okay. Fun coincidence. This year my old comic mentors are finally returning as special guests. That's awesome! Oh, that's so exciting. I would love to be able to meet up with some of my old teachers. I do think it would be very funny to see some of them again for the sole reason of like, hey, so you remember that lecture you gave us in 4th year? Where you were like, yeah, most people who graduate from animation don't actually stay in animation. I became one of the statistic. Oopsie. I just think that's funny. And then thanks. This is worthless. Listen. It's still good experience ultimately. I would not be nearly the artist I am today if it wasn't for the fact that I have experience in working in the industry. Like, no way, no how. Was my time in the industry a good time? No. No, I wouldn't say that. There's a reason I left. But not worthless. Actually, a detriment due to my massive amounts of student loan debt. Whee! Yeah. I am very grateful I was able to pay off my student loan debt, or just my tuitions relatively quickly. But yeah, I know far too many people from my graduating class that are still like, ha ha ha, I still have, a couple tens of thousands still left. I'll be lucky if I hit 40 and I'll be debt free. Whee! And it's like, yeah, I get that. There's a dagger here. Quiver, small axe, road staff, bow. Is there not a dagger in this set? That's very silly. That's fine. I'm just gonna. I simply go like this, and I make it into a dagger. Haha. Yeah, it's and especially with the way the job market is right now, like it's doubly not worth it. Like that. So we got proportions, sort of proportions. We're not gonna make the blade entirely that length, but yeah, because it's I can only compress it so much to the point where it looks a little silly. But the grip, at least, I can work with. But hi, hello, Detailed Ink. Welcome in, welcome in. I think like this is good. Yeah, I think that works. We put it above. Yeah, and then we this is gonna be kind of like a stiletto. Best 3D rendering program that's free. Fuck if I know. I want to say at this point Blender, because it is entirely free. Yeah. Yep, there you go. And chat agrees. I barely use 3D model, like any sort of 3D programs these days. And the only reason I do is to look at 3D models so I can actually like load in 3D models that wouldn't easily open up in Clip Studio Paint. Like I have the 3D models of the majority of the humans from Expedition 33. And it is very nice to be able to open Blender and get a better look at them. Ooh, you storming? I don't think I got rain over where I am. I wonder if whatever storm you're dealing with will eventually come over to me. Did you see the house I built as a reference for my... What? I didn't. No. What? Share? Gimme. I need to learn how to use Blender like properly. Because I would like to be able to do something similar. Because currently I am having to rely on whatever I can find on like Sketchfab or on the shop of Clip Studio, which isn't great. I would like to be able to actually make my own stuff. Because I have very specific needs in certain circumstances. Yeah, there's gonna be coming up actually in, what is that gonna be, like chapter 8, I think? In chapter 8 there is a certain hut that I have to model both the inside and the outside of. Because it is very important that I get these backgrounds right. Not for like anything in particular, it's just that I want them to look right, and I will be very upset if they are not. Okay. Oh, I forgot the thumb. I'll do it in a second. Oh boy, how many times is this gonna take? It's not good. No, no. Okay, I can make this one work. I don't want to make this like a letter opener shape. Ooh, house. Yes. Helms. Damn! That's like really good. You made this? That's really solid. What the hell? Oh, that's nice. Being able to turn off the walls is really nice. Damn, good job. Took me a month. Yeah, that's understandable. Furnished interior? Yeah, I understand why it took a month. Damn, good job. Yeah, I think that's my biggest problem. Because I'm working in a fantasy setting, I can't easily find what I need. So it's I gotta make it myself. And it's, I am so jealous of your 3D modeling skills. I went to class for it too. I actually wanted to, like, okay, in third year, we were told to sort of figure out if you wanted to go more into 2D or 3D. Except the 2D route was doing rigging, which I hate. I hate 2D rigged animation with a burning passion. I have generational beef with that shit. It looks so good when it's done right. Unfortunately, my brain doesn't work that way. So I went with 3D. Which ultimately led to nothing. Nope. There we go. Assuming it was a 2D focused program, turns out it was 3D. I have a lot of experience in Max and Maya. Mm-hmm. Learn a lot to use Blender. Yeah. Because there's like ways to make it similar to Maya, but it's like, no. I want to learn it the way this program has intended it. Oof. That's a harsh one to switch to as well. Rude. I started with Maya in when I was in animation just because that's industry standard. So of course I had to learn Maya first. I don't even think I touched Max at any point. At the time they only offered the graduating class at Springs. Oh, I see. These scheduling issues. Bruh. What is it about counselors at like post-secondary schools that just absolutely suck ass? It's just the like, I fucking literally today I saw a skit that was just like, oh, you're graduating this year. That's so exciting. Well, actually, you have 4 missing credits. And it's like, yeah, fuck. It really is like that with some of these people. It's just that, what do you mean I had all of these missing credits? What do you mean? Especially 18 wee baby. Oh. Counselor had me take classes that didn't count for my what? That's bullshit. Hi, Kian. How you doing? That's bullshit. You see hot whammon. Yes. We're drawing Murray again. We're drawing hot whammon who is slitting a man's throat. Oh, I have to do all the rings. Hold up. Hold up. Computer enhance. I gotta once again do it in this fuck-ass perspective. Ugh. Petition my program director to make an obsession. That is ridiculous. I hope that counselor got fucking fired. Cause Jesus. Especially that they have a ton of students to work with, but still BS. No, that's ridiculous. Registrar, my beloved. Yeah, here's the thing. I have personal beef with registrars and counselors, very specifically because, you know, the very quote unquote progressive and liberal college that I went to wouldn't let my transmasc friend change his name for graduation. This was before COVID hit, and we were like prepping graduation stuff. They wouldn't let him change his name so that he would actually be graduating with his actual name. And it caused so many problems where it was just over and over him being told, sorry, we can't actually do anything. You have to go with your dead name. Sorry. It's like, what the fuck, man? Sorry, I got here late. The bed she's in. You're fine. Listen, the bed is a siren, you know? It calls. And sometimes it is very difficult to resist that call. Honestly, my program was a shit show entirely. Oof. School of YouTube. Our director had a master's in business. Only one professor actually. Oh, geez, one of those situations. I'm so sorry. That is such shit. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I do understand why those programs exist. It's because they're money grabs. But it's like, I feel like they need to be made illegal at this point, where it's just what do you mean your staff has no experience in the thing that they are teaching? Like when I was before I had graduated, the college that I went to, it was prepping everyone to make the shift into becoming a university, because in Canada, universities, you know, they can charge more in tuition, they become privatized, stuff like that. But the biggest thing is all of the teachers there have to have PhDs in what they're teaching. Tell me why the fuck an animation teacher should have a PhD in animation. Because let me tell you, the people who were teaching us, the best teachers in that program were the part-time teachers, the one who were already in the industry, but took time out of their very busy schedules to come and teach us. They were the ones who had their fingers on the pulse of what the industry was actually like. They had up-to-date experience. They could tell us all of these actual things. The teachers who were full-time teachers were all of the washed-up people from the industry, the people who could not make it. They had flop after flop after flop, or just could not get any jobs because, let's be honest, their skills weren't up to par with what the industry needed. Or they had personality issues. Holy shit. Fuck you, Nancy. But it's it's that thing of, in the last like 2 years that I was in college, half of the teachers there were having to take time off of teaching in order to go to courses to get certified so that they could continue to teach in the coming years when my college was trying to transition into a university, which, to my knowledge, still has not done that. It has been 6 years. So all of that huffing and puffing for nothing, right? It's garbage. It's bullshit. My university is one of those football stadiums with an education. Oh my God, no! I'm so sorry. Most of our classes were actually subscriptions to some online learning. What? That really feels illegal. What the hell? Come pay us so that you can then pay to get a subscription to a teaching course that we're not going to teach, but you can pay us to get access to the thing you'll have to pay for. That's what I'm hearing. How is that legal? What the fuck? Bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Oh, I'm almost out of water. Okay, hold on 1 second. You know what? Let's actually take a quick break. I'm gonna run to the bathroom too. I'm going to run some ads super quick while we're on break. Everyone go stretch, grab some water, grab some snacks if you haven't eaten in a bit. And stop looking at a screen for like 30 seconds. Just look around the room, let your eyes adjust, all of that. One of our classes was taught by someone with a medical degree? Bruh. Interesting. I have things to talk about with that. I do have things to talk about with that. But we're gonna take a very quick break. Everyone go stretch. Go do stuff. I'll be right back. If it isn't obvious at this point that these two smooch, I hope it's obvious now. For mostly your sake, because if it hasn't been obvious up to this point, you might want to start interacting with a few more gay people.
Long run.
Absolute insanity. I love it.
I was getting dumber, but who needs smarts when you got that dumbass Riz?
Listen, you bagged that Clussy, and that's all that matters.
Oh,
You're gonna love the art. You're gonna love the art of that Clussy. I can just tell you that right now. I just want to get at least his colors down. 11. Something Homestuck kiss me says no. We're not bringing Homestuck into this. What's just happened to my voice? No, guys, no. It's happening. My voice, it's starting to die. All right. I think that's done. Not bad. You know what? There's a couple parts that are a bit wank. Nope. Wonk. There's a couple places that are a little bit wonky, but that's okay. Hi, Kate. I just need that eventually. You bread? You bread? No, wait, I can't make the same mistake again. I cannot say that again. Listen. This one is just when started his period. That's it. That's the unofficial name of that particular piece. It's just he started his period. In Vancouver.
That would be super fucking funny.
It would be bonkers.
You know what would be even worse of a long con? If we weren't even in Canada.
Oh my gosh.
We're just somewhere completely different.
We're like actually in Europe or something.
No, that was us again. We rented a place in Toronto.
We continuously rent this apartment.
And we came here, decorated it like we live, and then had you over to visit.
Yeah, this is actually just a really elaborate soundstage.
Yeah, exactly. That window isn't even a window, it's just a paint.
Hello. All right. Okay, so let's talk about that for a quick second. So Ike is basically talking about how, so one of your classes was taught by someone with a medical degree. So one of the very important things of learning how to draw people is actually learning anatomy, and it is the most infuriating thing ever. Because, like, why do I have to learn about the latissimus dorsi? Why do I have to learn about that? And then 3 years down the line, and you're just like, oh, it's actually very important I learned how to draw the latissimus dorsi. But it is still very odd that, listen, coming from a medical degree background, sure. Did this teacher, did she know how to actually draw these things, though? I've talked about it before. First and second year of animation, we had life drawing specifically to learn anatomy. First year was the skeleton test, where we had to draw skeletons completely from memory. They had to be completely accurate in motion, in movement, in poses. We had 3 hours to draw them and make them completely accurate as possible. And it was hell. It was hell. But it seemed like the wrong time in the program. Yeah. Super low level and early, which would have been about the animation fundamentals, not a human anatomy course. Here's the thing. Again, it's I understand. I feel it's one of those, I understand what you were going for. You executed it really poorly, though, kind of a thing, you know? Because that was first year, right? For me, at least. This class was super low level and early. I mean, here's the thing. You got to learn about those things in tandem. I was learning all about squash and stretch and flower bag animation while also learning, and this is your humerus. Like, these are things you absolutely should be learning in tandem. Yes, Ursa, look. I'm drawing the moment that King Gus fell in love with dwarf wife, because yeah, honestly, if she saved me like this, I mean, I'm already down bad for Murray, but this is a and you drop to one knee and you propose type of a deal. Anyways, distracted. There is definitely something to be said about learning anatomy like that, because And then second year, we learned muscles. That one was the actual hell. I thought bones was bad. No, no, no. Muscles. Muscles are hell. Yeah, again, it all depends on it really does sound like it's they had the spirit, like they had the right idea, but the execution was done poorly. That sucks. Most of my program had a problem with the title of the course doesn't match the content. I see. Yeah, that is quite the mess, though. Yeah. For Asen, what Mercer cosplays will you lose it if you see? Honestly, if I see any crit roll, Aramon crit roll cosplays, I will be so happy. If I see a Murray cosplay, I am immediately going to be losing my I will be chasing that motherfucker down and just be like, I'm so sorry, can I please have a photo? Yeah, if I see any from campaign 4 cosplays, I think I will be absolutely foaming at the mouth. The way I'm breaking my CR by buying Trout for that Schemers shirt. I also got the Schemers shirt. No, you know what's super cool? An artist who I have been following for years at this point. Like I got into them during my Baldur's Gate era. I found out that they were the one who did it. Velna, if you know them. I just so happened to see their answering an ask. And it was just like, yeah, I did that shirt. I was like, what? No wonder. Seriously, it's such a good shirt. The art on it is stunning. So by the time I finished 5 years of classes, I had a poorly edited podcast about space. Yeah. There's a video. Sound editing for recreation of the Battle of the Death Star, final project, a 3D house, a weird human scorpion bird walk animation, movement course, and a bunch of 10-second or less animations of movements like hitting a baseball or jumping. Yeah. We never learned rigging. Damn. You gotta ask for your money back. That's bullshit. Okay, I think actually, truly genuinely, guys, I think it's time to start on the king. Oh wait, no, I have to do all the rings. Fuck. Nope, never mind. Hold on. I've done this to myself. I'm in a hell of my own making. Learning rigging to describe it in one word, hell. Yeah, no, it's the worst. It is the worst. I forgot about the course about the hard surface modeling. I never. What? Bruh. Also, yes, I am making all of Murray's jewelry be slightly eye themed because she is a divination wizard, because I think that's funny. That's such a mess. I'm so sorry, you guys. You guys deserved so much better than that. My display tablet, suddenly the unshrimping redeems make sense. Yeah. Yeah. And I have mine like actually propped up and stuff. Like my Cintiq is set up on an arm rig. So I am actually able to have it straight in front of me. You still end up shrimping. It doesn't matter. It does not change anything. Yeah, I get that. It's the I had a really rough time during college just in general. But I still met a lot of people who have helped me become the person I am today, and even though I don't really talk to most of them anymore, I am really grateful for the time I was there. And that's my biggest thing. There's once again the discussion of is going to art college worth it? And the answer is job-wise, no, not really. If you have good enough understanding of art foundations, you don't really need to go to college for it. What is good about going to art college is all the people you're going to meet. You're going to want those connections. Yeah. One of the things I keep that's actually recently sort of been coming up just sort of with memories and stuff because, this time of year it always reminds me of like graduation and those last few months of fourth year and stuff. And just that would have been so much worse if I didn't have my friends. There we go. Rings. Woo! Pretty jewelry. All right. We have the wife. Now it is time for the king. There we go. Yeah. I'm not gonna harp on about I graduated, like I didn't have a graduation because of COVID. I don't really give a shit about the actual graduation ceremony. I was just sad that I didn't really get to hang out with my friends again afterwards. Well, not as easily. Aw, man. What you're watching stream being interrupted by work, man. um yeah, college was a time. I was I was going through so much and didn't even realize I was going through so much. I'm glad for my time there, but man, I would not repeat any of that. Bruh. I'm glad you were at least able to have that. Happy little accidents, indeed.
Shrimp heaven now.
I was not shrimping that much. Rude. Hmm. Thinking of changing his beard just a scotch, having it be a little more kind of like coming up here and then like this. Just sort of like whiskers, but then going up the side. Is that mythical sausage beard? Oh Jesus. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Um, I think they would explode. Yeah, no. There's every once in a while I will scroll back on my Instagram and see the art from when I was graduating. And it's just that like Whew, okay. Yeesh. I used to think this was good. Ugh. I was very baby. Listen, back then I used to still think I could salvage my relationship with my parents. I was very baby. I looked at my bad anatomy and even worse shading, and I was like, yeah, peak. Needless to say, I didn't exactly have a good judgment. Actually, I want to give him like slightly like wavy curly-ish hair. I think that's fun. Lucid, how you doing? Been a second. Hope everything is going well for you. We are currently working on a little bit of Critical Role fan art. I've been wanting to draw this, and I just realized, oh, I'm not going to have the chance to draw for like a week, if not more. I should get one last little drawing out before I leave for vacation. So here we are. Guess who's trying to be very brave and drawing? Oh, you got this. Exam has been oof. Yeah. How come no draw? Vacation? Yes, I am going on vacation. I'm going to Chicago to a convention. I'm not tabling or anything. Don't worry. I would have announced that. I am just going there to be with my beloved and to cosplay as Gustav and Verso from Expedition 33. That's it. But yeah, very, very excited. It's this weekend, so it's the like, oh, if I want to draw, I should do that now. Like I'll have my iPad with me, but I really don't like Procreate. I really don't. To the people who do, you guys scare me. To the people who can draw well in Procreate, you scare me even more. But me personally, I do not like how it controls. So I'm just going to mostly be doodling while in Chicago if I have time, which I'm planning on hanging out with my beloved, so I probably won't. I might co-art. Yes, Yes, please. Come co-art with me. I believe in you. You can do your thing, and we will do our thing together. Yeah. We'll see. Depending on how long the lines for Gus take, I don't think it'll be that long. We'll see. What time is it? Yeah, we've been going for 3-ish hours now. I should be good to keep going though. Well, maybe go eat. That's here's the thing. Working will be a lot more easy when you have food in your stomach. Even if it's just a small snack. I recommend you go get yourself some food before you start work. I know. I know how it is, trust me. But if I can try to be a good example of make sure you're eating before you're working, I will recommend that. Yeah. We have been talking about college and university for a large portion of the stream. Trust me, I get it. Yeah, I don't think I had a single year of college where I didn't have a shared kitchen, which is why when I first moved out and lived on my own completely, it was so weird having the kitchen completely to myself. Hmm. Of course, they have to bleed you dry. Because tuition isn't expensive enough. Tempted to order for lunch. Because we're trying to you guys know how it is whenever if you're ever like going on a vacation, even if it's for like a weekend or something, where it's just you're gonna be out of the house for a few nights or something. And you're trying to make sure that you don't have any food left. Girl? If you don't have any food left in your fridge that could go off during the time you're away. And Ronnie and I have been in that for the past like 3 days or more. And it's just that, like, oh boy. We have, like, nothing in our fridge right now. But we need to eat. What do we do? Well, we can't order every single meal. It's like, yes, but what if we do? I might, after stream ends, I might just, like, pop out, go to a, I don't know, I'll even go to fucking Tim's or something. Just get, like, some food. Gonna take a little, like, notch out of his ear, because I feel like King Gus feels like the type of guy who would have a notch out of his ear. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. It is a very good thing that I gave him a little braid. Cuz my brain just put together of, like, yeah, especially with this scar and, like, sort of the hair and stuff. It's just like, man, it's a good thing I didn't make him look more like Renoir than he already does. Or just like an older Verso. Oh no. Now that I've started thinking about food, I'm like, oh, am I actually hungry? Uh-oh. And I haven't gone outside yet today. Dang. Alright. I guess I'll be wrapping up stream when I'm finished with his line art. Go being responsible and junk and actually feeding myself. Ugh. Wild. Hi, cutie. You do, you do. Listen. Gestural Beach. You can't go wrong with these songs. Thanks, Kian. That I wasn't already sweating. Why am I wearing this cardigan? I am overheating right now. There we go. You evil. Yes, indeed. Rude. But thank you for the save reminder. This is turning out pretty good. I'm happy about this. I was genuinely worried of like, oh god, am I actually going to be able to pull this off? Am I going to be able to make it look good? Yeah, I was two things while you were gone wild. One was, oh, he's starting to look a little bit like a older Verso / Renoir. I gotta be careful with that when I'm coloring him in. And the second thing is I'm probably going to wrap up stream when I'm finished his lines. Don't you rude. I'm probably gonna wrap up stream when I'm finished the lines and go get myself a Treato. Just because we don't really got much at home. I mean, I haven't really been going that long. It's just the, oh right, I need to, I should go outside and see the sky. I have been trying at least every other day to be outside. At least. There are days where it's just the like, no, I don't feel like going out. But I really do try at least every other day I have to go outside. At least the concrete. I don't need to. I can just open the window to see the concrete. That's the problem. I need to be outside and look up and see the sky. Even if it's just clouds. If there's concrete, is there Boo! Boo! Everyone boo! If there's concrete, is there con Athens? Con Sparta? Boo! Everyone boo Kia. That's terrible. Listen. Just because I laugh doesn't make it any less boo worthy. Oh wait, no. I did that on purpose. I want him to have a little really guys, I am very much trying to get better at clothing, and this is entirely because of Witch Hat Atelier. Because I was like, oh man, I need to step my fucking game up. What I have in terms of clothes for my characters is embarrassing. Let's fix that, maybe. So I'm trying to. However, that does mean I have to learn how clothing works, and that's rough. That's rough. Yeah, Shirahama understands clothing way too well. You have food. Huzzah! Chili. Cheesy chili with rice. Notice which Hattatili hardly makes use of halftones. Yeah, no. It's just cross-hatching and hatching and all pen work, pretty much. It's nuts. There are many videos out there of Shirahama actually, like, working and, like... So, here's the thing, gang. Not only is the cross-hatching... Here, I'm gonna show for stream real quick. Atelier. Let's just pull up some random from the manga. Yeah, sure. Let's grab book 12's cover. Let's just look at this for a second. All of this hatching, all of the everything. Gang, I can't stress this enough. This crazy motherfucker does not pencil before they ink. They go straight to ink. There is no pencil pre-drawing beforehand. She just goes straight into it, and it turns out like this. Shirahama is on another level. Like, yeah, blue pencil, but barely. Barely. I have seen some of the videos of just her just going for it. And you can see that a little bit in some of the earlier chapters where it's just the like, yeah, I can see how you went straight ahead. But in the later chapters, it's just the like, good lord. Good lord. I'm going to let's pull up another page that is just absolutely juicy. This is from chapter 1. So this isn't like a spoiler or anything. But like, I am once again here to tell everyone to read the Witch Hat Atelier manga, or at very least watch the anime, because it is gorgeous. The entire magic system is based off of drawing, and the whole story is about art. Also, it's very, very good in terms of representation. It's very, very good. The entire discussion of disability in this story is, I'm not exaggerating when I say the best I have ever seen in popular media. Hands down. And it's not even like, oh, well, there's something. No, genuinely, it covers so many things that I would never have expected. Anything that is... Here's the thing. It's now definitely more mainstream because of the anime, because that's just how it works. But even before it started getting super popular, just as a manga by itself, guys, I would never have expected such genuine thought into like, hey, yeah, what's the deal with like, this is like very mild spoilers. Hey, what's the deal with, okay, so we've got fantasy equivalent of a wheelchair called seal chairs, but they can't go up steep ramps or anything. Why are the cities built this way where you have a lot of people who can't walk very well? Why is the only way to get around through either sylph shoes, which you need good dexterity in order to fly with them, or whatever other fuck shit, like the window ways and stuff like that. Yeah, Lucid, it's really, really good. When I say this shit has god tier disability representation, yeah, both physical and mental, visible and invisible, it's really nice. It's really, really nice. I am really trying not to hype it up too much, because I know how that goes. But it is, as a disabled person, I cannot stress enough, if you are also disabled, you are going to feel so incredibly seen. Which is something I have not felt in media almost ever. Yeah. It's definitely consider giving it a read. Wild can give you the link to read it at a very definitely legal spot at very high quality. But yeah, it's really good. The commentary of the fantasy equivalent of wheelchair usage, it's really good. It's really, really good. Yes. Yes. It's really funny too, because like Wild has been wanting me to get into Witch Hat for years now, I want to say, babe. And now that the animes started to come out, I've been like, okay, I have now mentally prepared my brain in order for this inevitable takeover that is going to happen. So let's do it. And I then proceeded to read all 95 chapters in 24 hours. So if you need, I'm such a snob when it comes to I'm such a snob when it comes to manga, comics, any sort of published media at this point. Written published media. I don't know what it is, but I get so, if there's even one thing that I don't like, that's enough for me to drop something, you know? I don't know why I'm like this, I just am. I have really weird standards. So when I say, hey, 95 chapters in 24 hours, I am being so serious when I say it's like, oh, I have experienced peak. Been reading it and I haven't gotten to the talk on disabilities safe. Character with yeah. I know exactly where you're at in the story. You're gonna actually be meeting him soon. Listen. We all have our own special little roles when it comes to different pieces of media. I have ended up becoming for many people the dealer of different TTRPG things, like actual play things. I've become that for far too many people. I have been the person who gives a lot of links to watch shows in very legal places. We all need to have our roles when it comes to sharing media, you know? I am the person who gives the logins for Beacon and for Dropout for my friends. Yeah. Lucid, I think you would really like it. Well-written characters, really good story, stunning art. And yeah, it's delightful. Okay. Gang. Oh, the sword. The sword. Very important. Right. I try to line as quickly as I can because I've been finding a lot of enjoyment in the painting process, which that's a weird change of pace for me, I must say. Also, I mean, King Gus, he's not as complex of a design as Murray. Yeah, got them animator origins, indeed. Listen, I cannot stress enough. I had several nicknames in college. 3 of them were Speed character related. I had Speedy Gonzalez, I had Sonic. And those were just the ones that were said to my face. Apparently there were more. But yeah, so actually speaking of this style that I'm doing, this is now an available style for commissions. It's obviously a little extra pricey, but that's just because it's the style. It's this fancy schmancy style. It's gonna cost a little more. But on the anniversary when I'm opening up commissions again, I will be opening up commissions at a discounted rate, so including this style. So if you want to keep an eye out for that, yeah, consider going and following me on VGen or just joining the Discord so you get notified when those commissions are open. Yeah. The Skyfell anniversary stream is just going to be it's also my birthday. Give me your money. So yeah, we'll be doing some fun lore comics on the anniversary stream. I'm very excited for that. Huzzah for successfully eating food. Which means I need to go eat food as well. I ate at around 11. Yeah, been about 5 hours since I ate. I should probably go cram some food in my mouth hole. Can't wait to cosplay Keyfree in a few days. Yeah. Sorry, listen. I did say that once I was finished lining, I would have to go. I also have to. I gotta be a responsible adult and actually take care of my body and eat. Also have to spend some time outside. Here's the thing. I could keep going if I wanted to, but then I'd get yelled at. Told me I'd be a hypocrite. Hey, I'm going and solving that now. I have been live for 3 hours though. Listen, I started streaming a little bit after I ate. I was fine. It just has been a couple of hours. Time did indeed move. Okay. But look at that. Look at this man. Look at this absolutely down bad man. Understandably so. Alright. Gang, thank you so much. Let's put on some actually fun music to leave. Because old Lumiere is depressing as hell. Oh, I know. Hold on. Where's my secret playlist? This was fun. There we go. All right, gang. Thank you so very much for hanging out. I've had an absolutely delightful time. Thank you for keeping me company and focused because my attention has been... I hit save already. Don't worry. Thank you. All right. Let's see who to raid to. Oh, Cleo's doing Blood on the Clock Tower. Oh, but Octodigger's doing art. Guys, who do I send you to? Do you want art or do you want Blood on the Clock Tower? Oh. Ooh, very nice. You got an 18. Guys, do I send you to art or to Blood on the Clock Tower? I'm thinking art too, yeah. I wanna send you guys over to Octo just because I wanna see what they're up to. They're drawing Keyfree! Perfect. Guys, we get to see Octogear drawing Keyfree. Everything is good in the world. Everything is great in the world. All right. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I will see you on the 24th for the anniversary of Skyfell. 2 whole years of Skyfell. Woo! Yeah, I'll see you all then. Have a good rest of your day, night, afternoon, time zone. Bye-bye!